Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how I play Redeem Vel'Koz. I'm going to give you guys some options of what works on Vel'Koz, what to do early and mid game, what champions would be good item holders. But before we get into that, I just want to say that this video doesn't have any game sounds because I played music during my stream, and so I have to mute that now. I'll probably just throw some background music on anyway. So on the first carousel, we grabbed a tier, and that's really great. Tier is great to stay flexible because you can always build blue buff and go Karma. You can build blue buff to go Lissandra for renewers, or you can just use it for Diana. You can just make a frozen heart on her, and that's great too. But in this case, we used all the tiers we have to build chalices. I've seen people build shojin on Vel'Koz, and that's good too, but I like going for damage. I just want him to kill everybody so that he doesn't really have to cast multiple times. I just want him to kill everyone on the first cast. That's the version that I like to play, but both versions work. It really just depends on your playstyle if you want to build a shojin or not, but that's not something that I would recommend slamming. So you see here I have a sword and a tier. I'm not going to slam a shojin because, well, you just, at that point you're not playing flexibly, and that's bad, first of all. But second of all, you want to save that sword to get a gunblade on Vel'Koz, because without a gunblade I feel like he's definitely not going to cast a second time, and you want him to cast at least twice, because if he doesn't clear the board on the first cast, he's gonna be able to clean up on his second cast. We go ahead and spend gold to level so that our 2-star Syndra won't be sitting on the bench. And go ahead and put your items on people so that you can go for a win streak. When you level and you lose, that still feels bad, but I don't think we're going to be losing because a Morgana and Yasuo this early is insane. So next shop we get the armory, and we have an option between a glove and a bow. So, I'm sorry, not a bow, a rod. We're going to go ahead and get the rod because we can build a Gwynsus with it later on and still be flexible. Lots of comps use that, like Graven, Nightbringers. So yeah, I'm not ready to commit to redeemed yet. I'm gonna put my rod onto Yasuo. However, if you were forcing Vel'Koz, this would be a good time to slam your gunblade so that you can maximize your value. Also, sorry if it bothers you that I'm talking with so many pauses. It's because I'm rewatching the game and I don't remember what happened, so I'm trying to recall and give tips at the same time. I'm gonna work on that and try to get better, so just bear with me right now. So yeah, this next round, nothing much to say. This guy's going renewers, and we beat him pretty easily. Right now, you can start thinking about how likely it is that you're gonna be able to grab a rod off the next carousel. Rod is super contested, and right now it's looking very unlikely we're gonna be able to get one, just because we've already won 2 rounds, so we don't have carousel prio. And at this point, if you can't guarantee a jeweled gauntlet on your Vel'Koz, you're gonna need a bunch of chalices to make sure he does damage. So here I'm thinking I should sell these Syndras and the Callista so that I can hit Econ, but I'm getting close to Syndra 3, or at least I think I am, because the game keeps throwing redeems at me, so you know, I'm just gonna give up Econ and try to hit 3-star Syndra. Also, there's so many people playing assassins right now. I don't know why. This lobby, a lot of people like playing or forcing Lissandra and having their LeBlanc and stuff jump to the back, so you know, Syndra's gonna be great for that. Also, Syndra 3 is great to stabilize because you probably won't hit Vel'Koz until like level 8, or you can hit it earlier if you high roll, but that's not always the case. So if you can 3-star Syndra, it'll carry you throughout the mid game so that you don't lose too much HP while you fast 8 and then roll down for Vel'Koz. So actually in this lobby, I think everyone's forcing renewers because they started with a tier, but yeah, don't do that, guys. Anyway, we're second to last pick, so we just get whatever we can get. Chain vest, sure. Not that important in this comp, but it's always good to buff up your front line so that your back line can deal damage. Anyway, since everyone is forcing renewers, they're taking the Lissandra and Vladimir's out of the pool, so that makes it easier for us to get our 1-star units like Leona and Aatrox. So that works out for us. So at this point, I pretty much made up my mind 80% that I'm gonna play Redeemed because the game keeps giving me Redeemed, so might as well play it. Yeah, I end up leveling to 5, putting in Varus, get that Redeemed trait in. I skipped over a couple rounds because it was just getting boring and pointless. You just try to make econ every round, that's it. So now we're at the minion round. We got a glove and a cloak, and that's really good because now we have our Chalice of Power, and the glove can become Jeweled Gauntlet down the road. We're not gonna slam it on Yasuo because we're gonna use that rod for gunblade. Now we're gonna start putting items on people, and we're gonna use Varus as our item holder. I think he's the best item holder for Vel'Koz because he's also redeemed, so he helps you hit 3 or 6 redeemed in the meantime without Vel'Koz. And also he uses these items pretty well. But most importantly, he's not going in the final comp, so as soon as you find Vel'Koz, you can just throw him away and transfer the items over. This guy is playing that Renewer Coven build, and you can see Syndra is doing really well countering it. So since a lot of people are playing that right now, just forcing Lissandra every single game, you're gonna do pretty well if you play Redeem. Next round we have the Armory, and this time we have the option between a tier and a cloak. So I'm actually going to pick up a tier here because that leaves us with the option of building it into a shojin for our Vel'Koz, or we can go for a second Chalice of Power, and that's what I'm leaning towards. So let's skip to the carousel. Nothing interesting really happened, and here we're last pick again, so we don't really have a say in what we get, and yeah, the rod's taken first, of course. So here we're probably gonna want a cloak to go for a Chalice of Power, and we do end up getting that, and nobody wants a cloak, so works out for us. So by now we have enough gold to go to level 6. We're gonna do that, and we're also gonna slam our Chalice because by now people are starting to get pretty strong and I don't want to lose too much HP. I roll a little bit to try to 2-star my units, but honestly I shouldn't have rolled past 50 because that's bad. But you know, sometimes you just can't help yourself, and oh well. I hit another 2-star Syndra, so just put that in, play her. This guy we're up against right now is also playing Renewer with Sandra, and you can see that Syndra is just doing so well against this comp. Yeah, it's kind of free. Everybody else is playing that. Next round, I do the same thing and I roll to 40 again. That's definitely not the right play to ruin your econ, but I'm so close to Syndra 3 that I just roll a little bit, try to hit it, get it out of the way so that I can pass 8. Unfortunately, we did not hit it, so mistakes were made, a lot of regret, and ruined econ, but it is what it is. Can't do anything about it now. We scout a little bit, see what's going on. Now we're up against this guy playing Hellion. I absolutely despise Hellions. I will never play a Hellion. I think it's disgusting. I actually hated it more than Dark Blue Buff LeBlanc. Because, oh my god, this comp is just the most annoying thing ever. We're strong enough to beat him, so that's good, but there were plenty of times where I would be win streaking super long, and then all of a sudden randomly this guy with like 1-star Hellions just ruins my streak. It's awful. I can go on and on about that, but you know, it's whatever. We're against wolves now, and after this round I'm going to start slamming items because we're going into stage 4. I usually don't like to have items sitting there unused or unbuilt by this time. And by this time you should kind of know what comp you're going because you'll have most of the items by now. You're not going to get that many more items after this. So yeah, just look at your items, see what comp it suits, and start building your team around that. We also got a ton of gold from that, so we're gonna start rolling for our Syndra 3 to get it out of the way. But we're so close by now, like, we're in too deep, we just have to roll for it. We also got a rod off that round, so we can go ahead and slam our jeweled gauntlet. And in this next round, we're up against this renewer guy, but this time he's got his Vlad 3-starred and a stronger team. So we end up losing. People are starting to get pretty strong right now, so we need to start either leveling or hitting our Syndra. The next round we have the armory, and this time we have 4 item choices. I'm gonna go with the shadow belt because I need some kind of healing reduction for all these renewer players. And I'm actually gonna make a really stupid mistake that I don't want to talk about it, but oh my god, I make a really stupid mistake. I was trying to make a Shadow Sunfire, but I forgot, I wasn't paying attention to that sword being on Morgana, so I kind of just put the chain vest on her, and I put the belt, and yeah, I made a GA, and oh god, just not paying attention. That was actually a pretty huge mistake to make at this stage because I don't know if I can get another sword by this stage. So I could have just thrown the game because now I don't have a sword to make a gunblade. And yeah, I don't actually make a gunblade. You guys will see how I get a gunblade, but yeah, I can't make a gunblade now because I don't have a sword. So my only hope is to get it off one of the really late carousels. I was able to hit Syndra 3 though, and Syndra 3 definitely will carry me and make up for that huge mistake, at least for a little while. Because we have the Syndra 3 now, we won't really feel the punishment of not having a gunblade on Vel'Koz because she can peel for him super hard. He won't really take that much damage. But still, that was a huge misplay, and at that point I was just telling myself that it's not going to be a first because you just kind of threw it. But anyway, I have these 2 random bows, and I could have slammed a Shadow ZZ Rot. That's a good option, but I decided to wait because I might be able to get a chain vest off the next carousel and still build the Sunfire. I think healing reduction would be really good because of how many renewers there are. Right now we can just plan on what to get on the next carousel. We're last pick, so we don't have much say again, but ideally we want a sword so that we can make a gunblade after our misplay earlier, wasting the sword that we had. But that's probably not happening. Next best thing would be chain vest, make Shadow Sunfire, but it's on 5 cost, so that's not happening either. Garen would be great, just for the MR shred. But yeah, he's got a spatula, so I doubt he's gonna be left. So we'll just take whatever's left. I pick up the tier because we definitely don't want a shadow bow for this con. That just doesn't make sense, and we don't need another belt. So yeah, let's just get a tier. Maybe it'll turn into a chalice, or I can make this shadow redemption, which is pretty strong as well. We're gonna level up and put in Ivern for 2 Invoker. And right now we just have to save money to go 8 so that we can get a Vel'Koz. It's starting to get into the late game and we need a 4 cost carry. We're up against this guy playing Legionnaires, and okay, Syndra just one-shot Riven because Riven was only 1 star, so that's good. I don't know if the Mordekaiser nerfs hit yet, but he seems pretty strong still. But we're able to beat him here thanks to Syndra, so that's good. Okay, so next round we're against Hellions and we lose. I don't want to talk about it, I hate Hellions, so yeah, I'm just gonna skip forward to this minion round. This is our last chance to get any items, so yeah, we just have to hope for a sword. We're not gonna get that many item components here because we already have a ton of items built, so that means we're probably gonna get gold mostly. But we end up getting a rod and a spatula, so maybe we can build a redeemed spatula. But yeah, let's go for 6 redeemed. Keep leveling, try to hit 8, and then find a Vel'Koz. Let's get forward to this round. We're up against this guy that's playing Vel'Koz. I saw him building shojin on a different unit earlier, so I had a feeling that he was gonna play Vel'Koz down the road, but I wasn't too worried because we have a lot of HP and we have a lot more gold than him. So yeah, I'm not too worried about losing this round. We just have to keep leveling and find our own Vel'Koz. We end up hitting Rel, and that's really good because now we can swap her out for Morgana and transfer the items. We have 6 redeemed now, so this will do until we hit 8. Then we can replace Varus with Vel'Koz. I could level right now, but since I have HP to spare, I'm gonna be greedy and not level so that I can have 50 gold when I roll down at 8. So we're gonna be losing a few more rounds because of that, but that's fine. Losing a few rounds will also help us get carousel priority in case there's like a gunblade on the carousel, because we definitely need that after wasting our sword earlier. So yeah, that's what we're after right now. Next round we're definitely going to be leveling to 8 and trying to find Vel'Koz. We have plenty of gold now, so that's good. We also end up hitting 3-star Aatrox, which is nice. but again, not necessary for the comp. He's not the main carry and he doesn't have any items. It's just nice to have. So yeah, I'm gonna roll down to 30, and looks like we don't hit him. So we're gonna put in Jax to get ironclad with Rel, and we'll just sit at 30 gold for now. I don't have to roll all the way down to 0 because I still have HP. I'm not like 20 or 30 life. At that point, you should definitely roll because you're gonna die in like 1 or 2 rounds. But I'm pretty healthy, so I'll just keep my economy at 30. After this round, we're gonna be at the carousel, and we can just hope that there's a gunblade there, because if not, we're gonna have a rough game. But luckily for us, there is a gunblade and it's on a ribbon. Hopefully nobody takes that. There are a lot of better options like, you know, GA, Zeke's, Bloodthirster. I think people like those more, so we're able to actually pick up the gunblade. But when you play this comp, you probably won't be in this situation, because just don't make that mistake. Just be careful when you're building your items. Now we rolled down and we hit some good units. We get Kindred, which we need to pair with Lux for Mystic. And we finally hit our Vel'Koz, so we can go ahead and sell this Varus now. Transfer the items over and leave it at that. Try to 2-star Vel'Koz because that's our next priority. I have these 2 rods that I can put on him, but I'm not going to do that yet because Death Cap isn't the best item for damage. It's more for utility champs, but it's not a bad option. I just want to wait to see if I can get a defensive item for Vel'Koz, because you saw that he just got 1 shot and died. So yeah, we need him to stay alive or else we're just gonna lose rounds. Wait. Okay, I guess we win this round because my Syndra just smurfed. Okay, cool. I don't even remember that happening, but alright. Anyway, we sell the Jack so that we can get the bow off of him. And so with the 2 rods and the 2 bows, I'm thinking maybe I can put like 2 Guinsus on Varus and put him in instead of the Leona, but yeah, that's not a good idea because we need a good front line. So what's probably going to happen is I'm going to build a rapid fire cannon on Kindred so that she doesn't move around that much, because sometimes when she moves around, she doesn't ulti near your carries. Like, see right here, she's just ultied like way too far from Vel'Koz and Syndra, so they're just gonna die. So yeah, we need the rapid fire cannon on Kindred so that she doesn't move around and ults where she needs to. But let's see if we win this round. I'm not too sure because it is Hellions after all. Oh. Okay, it's a tie. Sure, it's a tie. We hit 2-star Rel, which is huge. Rel is a great unit. But what we need is a 2-star Vel'Koz. In this round we get a Quicksilver. I'm gonna just put the Quicksilver on Vel'Koz because I like defensive item on Vel'Koz. So I'm gonna end up putting the Death Cap onto Syndra. Okay, now we're gonna have to keep rolling to try to 2-star a Vel'Koz because it's really late in the game, and at this point you should have a 2-star Vel'Koz. And yeah, now we finally hit it, so that's good. There is a Kale there, but I think you only really need her if you're trying to go 9 and play your 9 redeemed, but I'm not sure if I have enough time to do that. The game's probably going to be over by that time, so I'm not going to pick her up or worry about it. You don't really need her in this comp, to be honest. The Syndra and Vel'Koz are going to do enough. So you see here, Kindred ultis right on top of my Vel'Koz and Syndra, which is perfect. Like, the rapid fire cannon worked like a charm, and we beat the other Vel'Koz player. That was his ghost though, but next round we'll actually play against him, and if Kindred ults perfectly like that every single time, we'll probably beat him. Right now you have a couple different options. So the first option you have is to save up gold and then roll down for a 3-star Vel'Koz. Another thing you can do is just try to get level 9 and play 9 redeemed. Or the third option, you can try to counter your lobby. So for example, if there's a lot of AD damage, you can replace some units with Ironclad. There's a lot of AP going on, you can put in more Mystics. It just depends on the game. I end up going with the third option. I'm gonna have to put in some Mystics because, well, this guy's playing Vel'Koz. I think we knock him out, but there's a couple other players in the lobby that have a lot of AP damage. Next round we're gonna scout a little bit, and we'll see that one of the players left, he's playing some assassins with Coven, and in that case we need to reposition because that Nocturne is right on top of us. But yeah, we just need to put our units all grouped in a corner, and Syndra is gonna take care of whatever assassins are left coming at us. Now we're in a good position, and the Nocturne's gonna jump on top of us, but Syndra is gonna send him away, and wow, he's actually stunned for quite a while, so 3-star Syndra, definitely nothing to laugh at. I think this is gonna be pretty close. But yeah, Syndra sends Nocturne away again and stuns him again. And Vel'Koz is able to clean up, so yeah. Okay, onto the carousel now. There's actually 2 things that we want here. We can either grab the Kindred to get an automatic 2-star Kindred, or we can grab the Nidalee for the cloak so that we can make a redeem spat. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab the cloak. We can always roll down for Kindred, so here we actually get a 2-star Kindred, so that's perfect. Let's make the redeem spat and we'll put it onto Kindred. It'll give her some more MR to stay alive. Now we have 7 redeemed in, so we can take out somebody useless. That's gonna be Leona. In other cases it could be Aatrox, but we 3-starred our Aatrox, so I'm gonna keep him in. And I'll probably be taking out the Leona for Garen because he gives magic penetration, and that's just really good with our team. Okay, and here's the annoying Hellion guy. That was a good Kindred ult, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. Hellions are just so obnoxious. So yeah, this isn't we're gonna have some trouble against this guy. At this point, I just decide to roll down instead of going for 9 because we don't have enough HP now to play for that. We're just losing too much HP. So we're gonna roll down, see what we can find. We need Mystic for that guy, so we found a Rise. We got 3 Mystic now. And we'll see if it's enough. This guy we already beat, so I don't really care. He's not really a threat to us. Yeah, now that our Kindred is 2-star, we don't really have to worry about this guy at all. It's the other guy that we have to worry about. And I just hope that 2 Mystic is gonna be enough to deal with him. Okay, next round is the minion round, and we get a GA, which is nice. We can put that on Kindred so that she can stay alive in ulti. He also got a GA, which actually counters us pretty hard. But yeah, we'll try to do our best. And hopefully 3 Mystic is enough. As if not, we're gonna be in trouble. I moved my front line back up to the first row because the guy playing Nocturne died. So we don't need to be clumping up like that at the corner anymore. Right now it's just down to positioning, and yeah, I'm not too sure what we could do against Hellions, but we'll see. And this guy's got a 2-star big Volibear too. So that's pretty scary, but our Vel'Koz has QSS, so his ulti won't be interrupted, at least. Okay, now we just hope for the best. Try to move our units around, spread them out. Teemo was ulting to that corner, so I'm gonna move my units over to the other corner and just put Lux there as bait. He also has his own Kindred, so that sucks for us. And it looks like we're not able to win. He's got too many GAs and he has Kindred as well. So crap. Okay. Now we've only got 16 HP, which means that next round we could just die. Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll down and find a 4th Mystic since that was so close. I think a 4th Mystic could really help. And wow, I just rolled past a million Lulus and Morganas. Wow. Okay, yeah, during the game, that actually was like, in my head, I thought that was the first Morgana I saw during that entire roll down, which is like, wow. Okay, I was really tired, and I am tired right now, but the things you notice when you're watching a game back, if you want to improve, definitely watch your own games, because you can see a lot of the mistakes you make. Okay, Volibear ulted to the other side this time, so that helps a lot. My Syndra is staying alive, and so is my Kindred. So it looks like the 4 Mystic worked like a charm. Great Kindred ulti on top of everybody still left alive, and yeah, we take him out. I hope you guys enjoyed this Vel'Koz guide. There were mistakes made, but I hope that you guys still found it helpful if you go and try it in your games. I'm gonna go take a break now because my voice is giving out, so